players go down for Gen G. Hey, I mean, you may have to just chalk this up.
That's going to be the case. And again, the biggest thing about that is just because of the opening break for OPTIC, you already have 2 ticks at B. We know it can be incredibly difficult to retake that B site, but it just takes one moment, and OPTIC has plenty of time to make it happen. Fortunately for them, they're down just a little bit on lives, and Mox is going to help put that even further towards Gen G's favor. And this spawn killing is absurd. Right now, Gen G, they're just all over that left side of the map, and OPTIC Gaming, you got to take some players out before you can get clearance. And, well, they do exactly that. Nagafen does get dropped, although he takes one with them. So this is where things start to get interesting. You got to flood the front.
2 ticks. Still invested, a minute 30 to go. Gen G need a very solid defensive stance. They still have that life count, though. Advantage in their favor, only +3. So not a lot by any means. The grapple to open things up. Karma baits himself out, and the trades do follow through. Still contested, though, and TJ struggling to find out exactly where Major Maniac was. Still contested. Naga trades out the life, and another good defensive hold. The life count now +5.
And that was done pretty well by OPTIC, because you wait for the grapple hook. You go in, you get some clearance, but you got to deal with players at 18. Like, it's incredibly difficult to break from the front. Nice. First crack is going to fall. Crim6, by the way. Well, he's got the 2-time side on, literally because Mox does. Like, Mox pulled it out, and then it was the next day, Crim started using it as well. So you got to get straps from somewhere. TJ able to pick up 2, finds the 3rd as well. They actually kill traded. But even then, OPTIC, they do all that great work, and then just in ICR, what do you do? Yeah,
9v3, round number 1. It was a great start for OPTIC. They get time and pressure into both zones, but they're not going to be able to close this one out. TJ will fall. And it's important to note for the Gen G fans out there, if Gen G do win this match, they solidify themselves as the #1 seed in the division.
No matter
also,
what.
the #1 seed going into Dallas.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's massive.
Yes.
More importantly, that's confidence. So, like, in my mind for Gen G, the seeding is great, but the most important thing is if you lose to OPTIC here, again, when they're playing with a sub,
I agree.
And like when they get dashy, like how much confidence can you have when we're playing at Dallas if you have to face up against them? But if you beat them here, you know, say like, okay, if we beat them, and especially if you get a 3-0, even when they get dashy, you're like, we got ourselves a series at the very least. Like we know it's going to be tougher, but it is certainly better for your confidence going in. So in my mind, that's why it's incredibly important for Gen G to get this win. Just for these open events, and of course, well, that #1 seed, oh dear.
Yeah, it's pretty important, that's for sure. Off the rip, Gen G trying to put the pressure over towards A. 2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, make it all 5. A perfect start for Gen G as they assault over towards the A zone. Are OPTIC even going to give it a pick? Well, here's the problem. 2 players have already overextended towards B. OPTIC's, they're trapped now. You have to contest A. You may not want to, but you don't have a choice. 2, 3 more kills fall through. Major Maniac does drop. And I tell you, Karma saves the round with that kill.
Well, OPTIC loves to do this, though. They will fight for a point tooth and nail, whichever one it is, because they will be quicker to contest this point, but they got to deal with 2 players inside. Not Ben able to take one down, and this is where it gets chaotic, Ben. So let's go to a Gen G Astro Gaming listening.
Outside yellow. Outside yellow.
I have pitch. You're good. Go to A.
He's in yellow.
Run away.
I'm going A with you. I'm going A.
Close. Bait for me.
Post
Go this way. Come this way.
Demon's 1 shot side. I'm coming to stack with you.
Helping you.
He's going fast. Fuck it.
Good tree.
There's 3 in. Take your time. 4 there.
All right.
Take our time. Listen. Take our time.
I have a stun soon. Look at our side. He could be
Set
middle.
up a pinch. Come on.
When I have a stun, that's what we're
Don't go
going.
far. Come in.
Wait for my stun.
Wait, we have crash.
Wait for my stun, please.
I'm waiting. I have a stun too.
Okay, I'm stunning it now. Go now, guys. Go. Stun 2.
I got 1.
Nice, 2. On the corner.
Showers, 1 shot, mid tree.
Stun him tree.
To the right.
Deep showers. Last one.
Go, it's nade. That side, 1 shot.
Put on flag.
Yeah,
Watch
watch out the door.
I'd be pinching.
Go back right. Nice, 2.
Go, Joe.
I'm using my war machine. They're already in. 2 in. Their side. 2 their door. To their door.
Trophy dead. Slipping. No, I died 20 off.
I have grass spikes soon.
Guys, we only need 1 tick.
Take your time. I have grass spikes and a kill, bro.
Yo, we have an annihilator for this round. He has war machine, remember that.
Plenty of time in the round. You can hear Gen G saying, pull out flak. Remember, he has a war machine. The communication on point. It is worth mentioning, when we joined that, it was a little chaotic. And then all of a sudden it settles down a little bit. Like, listen, guys, let's just take our time. We have plenty of it. Time now, though, starting to dwindle away. And speaking of dwindling away, as are Gen G's lives, now at 13-8 life count. Just 1 tick, though. All that's needed.
almost every single team in this game would be happy to give up A early because it's easier to defend B. OPTIC Gaming is flipping the script. They are doing a phenomenal job so far of holding A. TJ, though, needs to finish some kills, and he doesn't. Havoc eventually is able to get him. Still, though, life disadvantage for Gen G, but they have a pinch coming in. Major Maniac and Nagafen on a flank. OPTIC go inside the hill. Those players got to go big. So far, they're staying alive, but now Major Maniac going for the pinch. Karma takes him down. Karma now has the reinforcements. That 1v1 is huge. You got an 8v4, but he does fall. Gen G, they've clutched once. They might clutch again. And, well, they have that grab slam if they want it.
No.
But a 3v, make it 2, make it potentially 1v7. Looks like OPTIC Gaming, they did the damage.
It was the push before that, when there was 2 players trapped in showers. That's where Havoc wanted to use the grab slam. Because if he jumps in there, you saw him trying to get through that left-hand side, and unfortunately he was picked up before he could use it. But if he does use the grab slam there, that round looks very different, because you still have that Gen G player going through mid, trying to put the pressure on. I believe that was that Major Maniac. So, important win. I think it was Karma as well that actually found that kill. So, very good round from OPTIC Gaming. And to your point, they do not give up easily. If you need a couple of seconds on towards A, they're going to make you work for it.
They will fight every single point to death, and they do that quite well, as you can obviously see. And it's a small thing, but worth noting. If you're the War Machine player, I think you should have an engineer class. Like, if you want to run TAC Mass the entire game, that's fine. But when you know you're getting close to pulling that out in a situation, just have engineer so you can spot the trophies, just so you don't have to rely on teammates to take care of it. But teams make the adjustments, as well as Nagafen. By the way, this is control, not search and destroy. He's able to take down 1. And he's going to have that for a while. By the way, that is a...
that's yikes.
That's a rough gunfight. By the way, Nagafen, who does not have a gun because he had a sniper, falls. And now 4 members for OPTIC Gaming on that B site. And honestly, they might just get this.
It's Karma considering the grab slam, the pressure comes through. Well, a couple of players there. He's hit the flank. Decides to go with his weapon. There's 3 players all bundled together. That could have been a pretty dangerous grab slam. But for now, Gen G will hold. 2 ticks in towards B, and, well, guess where OPTIC Gaming is pushing now.
Havoc is going on a flank, and, well, you say that, and Karma is ready before we are. He does not have the information we have in Codcaster. He can't see through walls, but he does have that spidey sense, or the goat sense, whatever you want to call it. But OPTIC Gaming back over towards this A point, a couple bodies in the hill, and, well, they already have 2 ticks at B. Now they got 2 ticks at A. Zuma, by the way, nice little 3-piece for him to get. That solidifies 1 point. And now you got plenty of time to start heading over towards the other. 2 minutes, 2 life advantage. You got a grab slam, annihilator, War Machine, Vision Pulse.
Almost identical as the situation from round number 1. The only difference this time, well, you got a couple of toys to play with. A little specialist that you could bring out and really wreak some havoc. If they're trying to push through, though, that could be the thorn in OPTIC Gaming's side. Space Lee will drop. Major Maniac watching the cross. Still possible. Very, very possible here for Gen G.
I would have to imagine for OPTIC Gaming, though, the only thing they're thinking is get everyone in position, keep everyone alive, and when we get close, Zuma, pop the Vision Pulse, and then, Karma, if you have a situation you need grab slam, great. Crim6, pull out the Annihilator, go for that combo, and make the move. And, of course, the Vision Pulse is going to make Gen G play passive, which means it might help to have a little bit of clearance over towards B. And it's all about setting up that play, and minute on the clock is plenty of time in Call of Duty to try to make this happen.
Oh, most definitely. Keep your eye on the life count. 2 life advantage. OPTIC Gaming. There's Major Maniac. Spots Zuma going for the flank. The War Machine invested by TJ. That finds 1. Doesn't find anything else. Karma, though, he's pushed forward. Has a grab slam available. Doesn't even need to invest it. And this is where he's so dangerous when he gets around that 18-wheeler. Unfortunately, though, he will fall with Space Lee on the flank. 10 to 8 life advantage. Zone's going to start to be capped up. Scump will fall. Havoc shoots him in the back. Contested. Havoc does have the grab slam to use if he wants. Remember, when the hill is contested, time does stop. 7-7, the life count. Gen G looking to repeat exactly what happened in round number 1. 2 ticks into B, down in life count. 2 minutes to play. Gen G, you've got 1 more push to defend.
Hey, the question is, how much do you want this round? Zuma not popping the Vision Pulse just yet, so they're just going to try to do it straight with guns. Havoc wants to take down Karma. That's a grab slam B, grab scam. Zuma, though, gets the trade, but kills straight out, 6v5.
And it's important to note, Karma actually tried to use his as well, so he only gets half back. TJ flanks, though. He finds one. Spacely with one. Now 4 versus 4, 20 seconds. Another trade comes through. 3 versus 3. Major Maniac, is he going to peek? Yes, he does. He shuts down Zuma, but the stun comes through. Scump trades him out. 2 versus 2. Now a 2 versus 0. A Scump on the 3-time. Find the kills to close out the round. It was a crazy ending, but OPTIC Gaming clutch it up.
Hot damn, down but not out. OPTIC are just, they're gritty in control. They'll fight for everything. They'll drag it down to the wire, and they'll come up big, and that's despite the fact that the grab slam play didn't go your way. I don't believe Zuma ever even popped that vision pulse. They made the round happen, and obviously Scump getting that 2-piece right at the end.
I'm not sure if it was his stun grenade, but it was an important stun grenade. I'm sure.
Stun, yeah, it helps.
If Scump watches the rebroadcast back, he might appreciate that, giving the stuns some love. But advantage OPTIC, 2-1.
It probably was his stun.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
I mean, last time he made a good play with the stun, apparently I didn't give him enough love, so I'll give him the credit he deserves there as OPTIC now 2-1 up. Can they close it out? You look at the specialist race, you still have the vision pulse for Zuma. On the other side for Gen G, realistically, Major Maniac is going to get an Annihilator at some point. Spacey's probably going to get a War Machine as well, but the start is emphatic. 6 players full for OPTIC Gaming, just 1 for Gen G.
And obviously the previous round, it does suck that Karma loses half of the progression on the Gravity Slam, but that means he's more than halfway there for this round potentially as well. So, you know, take a little silver lining, if you will.
If it does go to a round 5, you would expect him to see it again.
Oh, I think this round he might get it again. He's already a quarter of the way there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
At least from the halfway point.
Especially if you're getting double kills like that, but Annihilator invested from Major Maniac. Nagafen trying to push through from the front. Here's Major Maniac's perspective. 3 more shots left. 275 away from streaks as well. Consider that as he tries to push through. Krim shuts him down with the ICR, and the big advantage that Gen G once had in life has dwindled away.
And I'm not a fan of that Annihilator at all. It doesn't even try to check over towards 18, where you got to imagine players are going to be, but gets a little bit tunnel vision, pays the price. They do have a life advantage. It's not the worst thing in the world. Mox wins the ICR gunfight, and honestly, that might just be because of the ×2 side. It does help in the kill feed right there. Nothing but Gen G. They got the 18 control as well. This is where they make their moves. They find Scump, drop him. You got 2 bodies inside the hill. Your reinforcements, though, are going to be a little bit slow, so OPTIC's going to get here first. You got to win the gunfights. Spacely, though, going to win the War Machine fight. The reinforcements, now we're here. You're a tick and a half deep. OPTIC Gaming got to get inside, and honestly, I'm thinking Karma, well, if not Krim, just winning all the gunfights with the ICR. And the contest is finally in. They do not have 2 ticks yet.
Gen G trying to just push out, and OPTIC Gaming just kind of laughed at him. It's up 3 kills, 13-9, the life advantage. It's definitely not over just yet, but you got to be careful you don't body stack. Spacely goes for the repeat, only finds 1. Now Nagafen, a world of pain, the life advantage back to 3. As Mox finds Krim. Havoc just fly straight at Zuma, but it's trade after trade after trade. Still a minute 15 left. Finally, Hill contested. Karma finds another important win. Life count at 2.
If I'm Gen G, I would stop trying to flood this hill. I would play for kills. You got so much time on the clock, and you had a bigger life advantage, but if you stack in the hill, obviously OPTIC's going to know you're there, and you got to deal with the gravity slam, so yep. I go for kills. Mox finds another pick on Krim 6. He has been destroying in that ICR battle at least this round. If not the entire game, it's 7v5, plenty of time, just search and destroy. It is search and destroy from here on out.
Cold the grav slam. Zuma still has his specialist to use. OPTIC go down to their final 4 lives. It's 4 versus 6. Spacely flanks Krim. It's now a 5 versus 3. Spacely could really do damage this round, 3 versus 2. But OPTIC, they've been in this position before, and they've clutched up before, and it was this man who was able to do it. A 2 versus 2 with a grav slam. You also still have the vision pulse from Zuma, and it's going to be popped as well. This is almost an impossible task now for Gen G, as Karma and Zuma push through, and Karma puts the nail in the coffin. The double kill grav slam to seal the deal in game 3 keeps OPTIC Gaming alive in the series.
That is the easiest grav slam Karma will ever have. Vision pulse, oh, they're both right here. Perfectly fine, but OPTIC Gaming, again, we said they're gritty, we said they're tough, down but not out. They win the control, trying to bounce back in this series, which we talked about the great things for Gen G if they win. Well, OPTIC Gaming, if they win this, they don't guarantee their first seed, but you play more tomorrow, you're in a fantastic spot to get it, because obviously I think they'd have the tiebreak over Gen G for the head-to-head, so a lot of great things.